Tonight on UATV, graffiti outside a local museum targets a presidential nominee. It may have been taken down, but we'll show you what the message said.
And football games are going to get louder. How the new football stadium renovations will accommodate more fans.
Plus, it may have been a beautiful April 25th, but severe weather lingers. We'll have your 5-day forecast as UATV starts now.
Good evening and welcome to UATV News. I'm Reagan Sylvester.
And I'm Ambrosia Johnson. Thanks for joining us tonight. We start tonight's news with an ongoing investigation at the Clinton House Museum. Early this morning, maintenance workers were seen covering graffiti on West Clinton Drive. The message in front of the Clinton House said, "Hillary for prison, and what difference?" UAPD Matt Mills said a report has been filed. The Fayetteville Public Library will host 3 public meetings next week in order to gather feedback on the future of the building. Sessions will focus on building expansion and proposed millage increase that would fund library services. All meetings will be held in the Walker Community Room beginning on Monday, May 2nd from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. Those will continue through Tuesday and Wednesday.
A new art exhibit is headed to Northwest Arkansas from across the pond. Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art announced today that Pablo Picasso's Seated Woman in Chemise will be on loan from the Tate Moderne in London. The piece is available starting April 29th. The museum also announced several other installments headed to Northwest Arkansas, including several sculptures and a Black Unity piece.
We can't have beautiful flowers without a few ugly showers. The season of severe weather is here. UATV's Lance Lloyd has more.
In the springtime semester, a blue sky like this can quickly turn to this. And officials say not to take any chances while on campus.
Certainly don't take it lightly. If they receive a raised alert, they hear the siren going off, that means there is a potential dangerous situation.
That's a situation local resident Billy Rosman has had to live through.
It was hailing. I sat here and looked out and it wasn't hailing, it was already debris coming. But we hadn't gone for cover yet.
It was a nightmare that Billy says changed her outlook on severe weather forever.
I was laying on her and Carla in the corner, and the walls left and the brick come in on all of us. When we're in a tornado warning now, my stomach starts churning.
With springtime bringing weather potentially as threatening as this, safety is at the top of campus officials' concerns.
This chart provided by the National Weather Service shows April and May to be some of the worst months for severe weather and tornadoes.
A person should take some precaution to make sure they're safe. And again, that is stay away from windows, get inside if it's all possible, ground floor or lower. If there's a basement in the building, go there, and those would be the safest places to be.
Officials recommend to always check the weather ahead of time to be prepared in advance of a potentially dangerous weather situation. For UATV, I'm Lance Lloyd.
Those are some tips to keep in mind as we have a chance of severe weather later in the week. But today was like any other April 25th. It wasn't too hot or too cold. All I wore is a light sweater.
I love Miss Congeniality, Ambrosia, but first let's head over to Michael Morrison for our current conditions.
That's right, it's just a beautiful day outside. We've got some sun, some people even enjoying a late night dinner over by the Slim Chickens and the Quiznos over there, but it's just a beautiful day outside. We're seeing some green trees, just a nice beautiful day, but right now it's once again just beautiful outside. The current conditions, it's feeling like 76, and it is actually 76. We are seeing those mostly sunny skies. We are, matter of fact, if you stick your head outside, you will see a stray cloud every once and again. But this being said, we are going to see some touch bit of severe weather tonight at about 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. So just be ready for that as it comes up. Keep your phone handy, as Captain Crane said. You will get a raise alert if the weather does turn severe and you need to get for shelter. So make sure to keep your phone with you in case of that emergency notification. But that's going to do it for us live outside in Fayetteville. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
The Bentonville Film Festival returns next month. Festival co-founder and Academy Award winner Gina Davis' mission is to champion women and diverse voices into media. The BFF is May 3rd through the 8th. Today is the first day passes can be picked up for the festival in Bentonville. Passes and single tickets are available for purchase now on the BFF website. A new sorority is coming to the University of Arkansas. Delta Gamma will reestablish their chapter at the U of A this fall. DG representatives will hold informational meetings tonight and tomorrow on campus. Tonight's meeting started at 7 in the Donald W. Reynolds Center for anyone looking to learn more about the Delta Gamma chapter. Prom season is here and the U of A is participating in the festivities. People respecting individual differences, inequality, or pride continues an ongoing tradition on campus. Pride seeks to unite students against bullying and discrimination and give all the students the chance to experience prom. The celebration is this Friday at 7 in the Verizon Ballroom on campus and free to students. Happening on Dixon Street Saturday, the annual Pup Crawl. For the 5th year in a row, dog owners can take their furry pets into select pubs on Dixon. Only 250 people can register. There will be no day of registrations. Check out the screen. You'll see all of the different bars you can take your dog to. The only rule, only one dog per person.
Students at the University of Arkansas had to act fast to get their ticket for the Springtime of Youth Festival. Tickets ran out the same day they were released. This is the fastest the festival has sold out. Vice Chair of the Headliners Committee, Lindsay Hastings, was surprised with how fast tickets went.
Last year we did sell out of student tickets. However, we didn't sell out in a day, which is what we did this year.
The concert is this Saturday
Last year
on the
we did
Washington
sell
County Fairgrounds. Diplo and Kevin Gates will headline the sold-out concert.
Some students are branching off campus to be involved in the environment, and UATV reporter Mary Kate Carson tells us how.
And of course they come back, and then what you get.
We would come together across garden beds, and food would in fact be free because we'd be sharing the responsibility.
Don Bennett, the founder of Tricycle Farms, brings together community organizations from all over the city.
This is called Cat Mint.
Part of his goal for his nonprofit is to find ways to collaborate with other groups in town, to combine everyone's strengths to meet one another's needs.
It's a lot bigger than me. There's so many people who have had their hands in, including students.
One organization in particular is the University of Arkansas. He believes that students have the knowledge and the willpower to really make a difference in their communities.
Putting those top-tier students into positions where they can actually serve the community is pretty powerful. There are students that have been coming to the farm for 4 years, since the very beginning, and they have not stopped.
In fact, it was students from the U of A that helped the farm get started. 4 years ago, a group of fraternity members began clearing the land in order to get service hours. Because of this, Tricycle Farms moved from an idea to a reality in just one afternoon. This caused Bennett to realize the farm and the campus had a strong connection.
And the realization of the power of the students on campus. There are millions of dollars that the students can create in this community. And at the same time, the community can create these connections to those students.
One employee believes that this not only gives students a connection with people in the community, but it also gives a connection with nature itself.
They feel displaced, and because they're not connected, they're always bending over a textbook, and a lot of people don't have this in their life, and so to come out here and learn a plant that they never knew or a new taste. It's always awesome to see someone who tastes a new plant for the first time or discover something, and the connections between life.
Celery. Bennett says that he has seen students develop a passion for serving their community through their work at the farm.
It's delicious.
People have an investment here that's pretty profound and will not waver over time.
Thanks, Mary Kate. Students can volunteer at Tricycle Farms all year long.
The center is coming to campus. How this impacts U of A students.
And the home to Razorback football gets a facelift.
Really is a renovation of the entire stadium, things that haven't been touched or improved for 15 years or more.
What changes will have fans cheering a little bit louder next season when UATV returns?
The university's Wellness and Health Promotion Department is moving to a new space. UATV reporter Brittany Williams has more.
That's right. I'm staying on Garland Avenue in front of the Wellness Center that you can see behind me. Before the Before the center opened, wellness and health promotions programs were held at the Pat Walker Health Center down the street. After years of preparation by the staff, the department has its own space.
This space has opened up a lot of things for my job. For one thing, I used to be in the Pat Walker Health Center, and we were always having to vie for space. I do a lot of one-on-one meetings with students, and there was not a consistent space in the health center to do that.
As you just saw, they're still getting furniture in. Tonight, they're collaborating with the Recreations Department to host yoga. Tomorrow night, they'll have a public forum about the Zika virus here at the center. Dr. Morgan hopes the center will also serve as a refuge for students in drug and alcohol recovery. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams.
Staff at the center hopes the move will be complete before this fall. The Wellness Center will host holistic classes, one-on-one counseling, and even massage therapy.
The city of Fort Smith is working on projects to expand transportation options in the River Valley. Muriel Wiley has the story.
The University of Arkansas Fort Smith has received approval for adding new transportation routes near campus. A 7-mile bike lane called the Blue Lion Bikeway Project will cost the city more than $30,000 in construction. The bike path plans also call for marked signs to remind car drivers to be aware of cyclists on roads. College junior Robin Jordan believes the paths will help students with transportation options in getting to class.
I also work on campus too, so the bike trail really helps me if I'm trying to avoid traffic or, just being on main streets. It's a nice, peaceful environment while I'm just trying to get to where I need to be.
The Fort Smith Board of Directors met Tuesday at the Fort Smith Public School Service Center to discuss plans with committee members. A priority goal for the project is safety and proper flow of traffic.
If you have a bike trail, you don't have to worry about cars being upset behind you because you already have your own lane.
Reporting for UATV, I'm Muriel Wiley.
Updates on construction development and progress can be found at fortsmithtrails.com. After a major setback, one student is determined to make her dreams come true. How she faced and overcame adversity.
And Razorback Stadium may have a new attendance record in the near future. See how renovations will change Saturdays on the Hill when UATV returns.
Welcome back. Let's go and take a look at the Doppler forecast right here. This is this area of some of the clouds that are going to be moving through that we're actually seeing a little bit today, but as you can see, they're just off to our corner with the clouds, and that's what's going to bring this storm system that we're going to see at about 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then also continue into tomorrow as well. But let's go take a look at some temperatures across the U.S. We got 81 in Little Rock, 76 in Springfield, 83 in Tulsa. It's just a nice warm day for people out, just out and about for across the just the southern states right here. But if we go and take a look at the heat index, I'll let you go and take a look at the full map. We're seeing about 82 degrees in Little Rock, so it's not really feeling much hotter than it actually is. But down here in Florida, we're getting some 80s, and across Texas, even some 90s. But let's go and take a look at our 5-day forecast right now. Starting off with Tuesday, 82 with the low of 59. We're going to see a little bit of clouds with some thunderstorms as well. But like I said, make sure to keep your phone handy in case it does get severe. You can be up to date with the raise alerts and all the timely notifications. But looking ahead at Wednesday, we're going to get up to 81 degrees. It's going to be a hot, hot day. So make sure to drink lots of water. Maybe even put on some sunscreen whenever that clouds break away and the sun is right down. I don't know if y'all burn like I do, but it's not good whenever you get sunburned. Same story again on Thursday. We're going to see sun, once again, 81 degrees, so make sure to grab the sunscreen and everything. Looking ahead at Friday, we're going to see some thunderstorms, 71, low of 58, so beautiful weather. Saturday, it's going to be perfect again, 73, except for the thunderstorms, so enjoy the weather. But coming up in just a second, we're going to have a look at some more forecasts, tomorrow's forecast, and how it could possibly affect the upcoming baseball game. But with that, I'm going to send it back to you guys on the desk.
A local figure skater is overcoming adversity after surviving 3 heart surgeries. This year, she will compete in her 10th trip to a world competition. UATV's My Lay has the story.
Having a heart condition it's just been a part of me. I always knew I was going to have another surgery. We never made it a big deal. My name is Holly Grisso, and I have been figure skating for about 13 years. I skate at the Jones Center for Families, and it is in Springdale, Arkansas.
Grisso was born with a heart condition called tetralogy of Fallot. She survived 1 closed and 2 open heart surgeries.
When I found out Holly had to get surgery, it's scary because you don't think of someone so young having to face something so serious. We expect her to be off the ice for a long time, and she pushed through and fought through and got back on the ice a lot sooner than anybody thought.
Recovery after my heart surgery, the main part of it took about 6 months or so. I got back on the ice and I started, skating again. And a lot of it was as far as skating, was just having to relearn everything.
All right, ready? So after Holly's surgery, watching her rebuild her strength on the ice was tough because she went from being really strong and then having that surgery and really having to start over. She wanted to get right back on the ice on day 1 and do everything she was doing before surgery, but she didn't have the endurance or the strength or the stamina.
My stamina still isn't great, and it's been over 2 years now.
And it was heartbreaking at first, but when I saw how committed she was to doing it, it was really amazing.
Worlds it's by ISI, International Skating Institution. It's not qualifying competition. It's nice just to be able to meet people in a more friendly environment. Whenever the year I went to Worlds after my surgery, I only did 1 program. I didn't even think I was going to go to Worlds, and then about 3 weeks before the competition, I told my mom, oh, I got a little program together, and then she's like, well, let's compete it. Going on now, I just have to make sure I'm able to not overwork the program, not do anything that's too difficult.
I think Holly's character enabled her to push through and recover from surgery so fast because she's a fighter and she goes for what she wants, no matter what.
18-year-old Grisso is making her 10th trip to Worlds this summer.
It's in Minneapolis this year, and it'll be my 2nd time there for Worlds, so I'm very excited to go back. I plan to do 2 or 3 numbers, maybe even 4 with the girls from Ohio and Pennsylvania, and I'm excited to go back.
Reporting for UATV News, I'm My Lay.
Grisso's story is being made into a documentary finishing up later this year. The film will be aired here on UATV.
Razorback Stadium could undergo some major changes in the next couple of years. The athletic department officially released the proposed renovation plans. UATV's Ashley Weiss is live with more.
Thanks. I'm outside Razorback Stadium, which won't look quite the same if this proposal is approved. The gap you see here behind me on the north side of the stadium will be a little bit more closed off, but you will still be able to see the fields from this hill where I'm standing. That's a very important tradition to the athletic department. But it's going to be a little bit more of a dome shape, but that's going to create about 4,800 additional seats. There's also going to be a standing room only area. But the project is not just trying to increase attendance. They're also going to improve security and safety. And there's going to be a walkway to connect the east and west side of the stadium. That means it's going to be easier to get in and out of the student section. The project is expected to cost about $160 million. But the athletic department says that's not coming out of any student tuition or fees. That is solely raised by athletics. In fact, I spoke with Mark Rushing with University Relations earlier this morning, and he said that the revenue that this project could create for the university will impact more than just the football program.
Approximately $20 million a year comes back from athletics and supports the university. Things like Champions Hall, $18 million of the funds for Champions Hall comes from athletics. They also make an annual cash contribution of $2-3 million a year.
The athletic department hopes the stadium will be done by fall 2018. Now, before we go to break, let's take a look at our trivia question. Which former Razorback track and field star is a 2-time winner of the Jesse Owens Award? We'll have that and sports when UATV returns.
People always take me for granted. They told me I didn't have a lot to offer. But they were wrong. I dream of making a difference. I want to start over and try again. Have you ever wanted a second chance?
Superstar Steph Curry is out for at least 2 weeks, meaning the Warriors will have to stay afloat in the playoffs without him. The reigning MVP learned Monday that the knee injury sustained in Sunday's game will hold him out longer than he'd hoped. Doctors will reevaluate Curry's knee in 2 weeks. His team will likely be facing the Clippers in the second round when he returns. Warriors are currently up 3-1 on the Rockets in the first round. Curry's had his big share of big performances, but Razorback pitcher Dominic Taccolini had a big game of his own last weekend. The SEC took notice and named him one of the conference's co-pitchers of the week. During Friday's game against Kentucky, the righty threw a 10-inning shutout and struck out a whopping 10 batters, which were both career highs. The Hogs will look for more great pitching when they take on Oklahoma State Tuesday at Baum. Former Razorback track star Omar McLeod hopes to run for his country in Rio's Olympics. The Jamaican is known as one of the greatest hurdlers in the world. UATV's Whitney Wilson caught up with McLeod to find out what makes him so special.
I ain't no superstar, spotlight ain't shining on me, no, 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 no.
Omar McLeod is definitely a superstar, but not as a singer. His claim to fame is on the track. He has the fastest time in the world this year in the 60-meter hurdles, and he hopes to turn that into a gold medal this summer when he represents his home country of Jamaica at the Olympics in Rio. SEC champion, NCAA champion, collegiate record holder, and now he can add world champion at 21 years old to his resume.
Really a surreal moment, and it's like it still hasn't sunk in as yet, but it will eventually.
I ain't good enough, but it still loves me.
Music and singing have always been an important part of Omar's life, and now it has become an outlet to calm his nerves as the Olympics approach.
Music plays a huge role in my life, and I got this tattoo. It means music heals. It's like music is just life, to be honest.
McLeod is all business on the track, but when he gets home, he loves to be outgoing and entertain his friends with his singing.
I'm happy. I always want to see people laugh. I always want to see people with a smile on their face, and it's just like, it's just me, I guess. Like, I love to bring out the light in people.
He says the training has been excruciating, switching from indoors to outdoors, but he feels like he has not reached anywhere near his full potential. As the Olympics get closer every day, Omar says his favorite thing to do is hang out in his closet full of Nike clothing and sing. He says that it keeps him focused and grounded.
Not really sure how to feel about this. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without it.
For UATV, I'm Whitney Wilson.
McLeod hopes to start off on the right note in Rio. If he continues his success, he could be the greatest track athlete to ever run for the Razorbacks. And now to the answer for our trivia question. Tyson Gay. The award is the highest accolade given by USA Track and Field. All right, well, that's all the time we have now in sports. We're going to go back to the desk here at UATV.
Let's go and take another look at tomorrow's weather. We're actually going to see a little bit of rain that is actually going to affect the baseball game tomorrow. So if you were planning on going out to tomorrow's baseball game, just plan on getting there at 5 o'clock. That's when the first pitch is going to be because of that possible weather moving in. And that's tomorrow's weather for you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. It's on tonight's edition of UATV. I'm Ambrosia Johnson.
And I'm Reagan Sylvester. Have a great night.